right, everyone, we are going to continue here with our media availabilities at Iowa Speedway. We're now joined by Bubba Wallace, driving the number 23 Toyota for 2311 Racing. If you have a question for Bubba, please raise your hand and we will get a wireless mic to you. We'll start up here in the front.
Hey, Bubba, John Bodenkamp from the Associated Press. What's this week been like for you, and how much fun was the celebration after Sunday?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I did not go hard after the win. Getting older and realizing hangovers suck, and also having a kid that doesn't care if you're hungover, that made me stop after 2 beers, and I just enjoyed the time. I had the team over. Everybody got to celebrate together, and it was a fun night. And the celebration continued on. Obviously, you go to the shop and see everybody there. Just really, really cool to get the Brickyard 400, their first crown jewel. Celebrated Tuesday with the team, all while working. You know, work never stops. But then just got to relax with the family the rest of the week. Had a little bit of stuff to do Wednesday, but really just kind of getting back to normal and getting ready to go again. I woke up this morning before we got on the plane, and it was an early one. It was like 5:30, and I was like, well, last weekend's over. Here's a new one, so got to go back to work. But that's just how it evolves, and you're used to it. But just cool, man. Just to finally get it done, you know, after almost 3 years is just a massive weight lifted off, and to be locked in early, although it's late in the season, you're locked in early before the playoffs start, so it's good.
Stay right here on the right and then go over to the left.
Ryan Kemna, Racing Experts. Hey, Bubba, you look noticeably worn out after the race on Sunday.
Yeah.
Was that just the heat of the moment coming down, or was that the cool suit malfunction? We've been seeing a little bit more of those frequently.
Yeah, no malfunction. That was the heat of the moment, pun intended on heat, because it was hot. But yeah, that was the quickest adrenaline crash I've had. As soon as I got off the top of the car, I was done. So then they want to talk to you for hours and hours. So I'm like, all right, I gotta pace myself here. So all worked out. But yeah, it's just a hot day and going through a lot emotionally. You know, those last 20 laps.
We'll go over to the left there with Steven, and then we'll go to Philip.
Steven, sunfurniture.com. Bubba, with your playoff spot secured after being on the bubble for pretty much the whole season, has there
My whole career.
Yeah, your whole career. Has there just been that level of calmness, relaxation, and preparing for this weekend that wasn't present, you know, in the weeks before?
Yeah. You know, I could care less what happens the next 4 weeks. It's super nice. Never had that feeling, right? But it also gives you just a chance to go and push yourself. Try different things and see if there's any speed related to that. You know, you kind of start out the year that way, right? But every point matters. And Denny's been very adamant on that, and I've given up a lot of points in the last couple months and put ourselves in this spot. And so, you know, after Chicago, it was unfortunate how that played out, all of my doing, and my wife was very upset with me, and it was kind of an eye-opening deal. Like, she basically said, get your shit together, because I don't want to see you in the spot that you've been in so many years. And I said, okay, I'll go win Indy. So here we go. But it's something that just, I don't know, man. I've never been in this spot. I'm excited to see how practice goes. But if we're 30th, I don't care. If we qualify 35th, I don't care. It's lovely. We're locked in. I mean, the team might be mad at me, but I don't know. I'm going to try some weird stuff the next 4 weeks. It'll be cool.
And to that point, how much is race strategy, so on, going to change now that points is no longer, you know, on the table or needing to get points?
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how that goes. We were sitting in our briefing for this race, and I said, hey, man, let's pit lap 1. Let's do something stupid. You know, throw everybody off, and then we'll be out of tires and not good. But, hey. The book is wide open on what we can do, but I am excited to see if anything does change on that forefront, because you do have to call races differently. You know, Sonoma, for example, we qualified 26th, I don't know, and luckily cards played out where we have to get stage points every time, but it sets you up for a terrible finish at the end if you can't pass on a road course. One of the best ones at that on road courses cannot pass.
We'll go to Philip on your left, and then Dustin.
Hey, Bubba. Philip Jones here from the Des Moines Register. It's great to meet you. 3 weeks ago today, Miles Rowe became the first black driver to win an Indy Next race right here at Iowa Speedway.
Yep.
You know, you're now a Grand Jewel champion. LeVar Scott finished 5th place in last night's ARCA race. You know, Miles talked about how he was proud to represent after that win. Can you talk about what it's like to see so many drivers of color doing well now?
Yeah, it's awesome. And Miles, being able to go back and watch the highlights of that win was really, really cool, and you can see the emotion. But my man seems like he's an old soul. He seems super laid back, and like you have to check a pulse on him to make sure he's still breathing in victory lane. Like I wish I had that kind of demeanor at times, but that was really cool to see. And you know, for me, I've always said from the beginning is I show up as a race car driver first and let everything else settle in after that. So for me, crossing that start-finish line, the first thing I thought about was finally no more days since Bubba Wallace's last win, no more being on the cut line last race going into Daytona. Like, we're in the playoffs. You know, we've done it. We've won after I've told myself so many times, or I've questioned myself, can I do this again? All that was gone in that moment. I didn't realize the African American side until hours later, and it's still incredible. I think what gets lost in translation, though, and a lot of people get offended and try to downplay it. I get it, right? I am biracial, and I love both sides of who I am, and so at the end of the day, I am a race car driver and enjoy where I'm at in life and who I am as a person. And I know, I remember when I had a tweet pinned on my Twitter profile, and it caused so much controversy. I'm not surprised in today's world, but it was simply saying that you're not going to stop hearing about the black driver. That's not, I never lead off with I'm the black driver. No disrespect to you guys, but a lot of the headlines, you start off with that. That's what I was saying. Like, yes, guys, I know it's out there every time I do something. Just embrace it. Like, you have to enjoy it. But, of course, people flip it and say, like, all he cares about is being black, and that's not what I was saying. And so that's neither here nor there. Love my black side, love my white side. Love that I'm competitive, and I'm able to showcase that at the highest level in NASCAR.
We're going to go to Dustin and then Lee.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. From last week, what is the image or moment that means the most to you?
I would say having the family there, the overhead shot of us three together, there kissing the bricks was cool. That one was really special. The moment would be when my wife walked up and said, "We did it." You know, that one gets me still now. Because, man, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years, and you guys have no idea of what it's like in my shoes and what it's like in my head. She lives that. You know, she's there every day seeing me go through the downs and the outs and just the self-doubt and waking up and, you know, it's not a good day. I still have those days. They're not as bad as the past, for sure, but still you have them. And, you know, that's what she said after Chicago. She's like, you're going to be pissed off and frustrated and depressed and down because of your own doing. Like, let's get it together. And, yeah, so when she walked up and said we did it, she's right, we did. That was cool.
And also, with having now these 4 weeks to prepare for the playoffs and not worry about where things are, what do you look out of trying to get out of yourself or this team the next 4 weeks to be even better prepared for the playoffs?
Yeah, I think just exposing our weaknesses. Figure out the areas we need to improve on. We have a month to figure it out. Not a lot of time, but when you have the right people in the right place to help said areas, don't even know what they are. I can say the lowest hanging fruit is probably the driver and getting the most speed and executing the best races. So I'm excited to work on that because, you know, as soon as the race started, you know, I go back to Indy, I don't know if you want to count it blocking, but I know I had bad runs. I don't know if the broadcast showed. I didn't even watch the race back yet. But I knew I'd have bad runs off the corner on lap, 10, and I would just go to the grass. I was like, you're not passing me on the bottom. So you're just going to have to take the outside and deal with it. And I never would, give up a spot. And so you just race differently from the start of the race to the end. And now it's as, I said, I forgot who I said it to. I told my team right before we started our meeting. I said, man, y'all say fatherhood looks good on me. Just wait till you see how Bubba Locked in the playoffs looks good on me. Because it's going to be fun. So I literally don't give a damn.
We'll go to Lee and then Cameron in the back.
Lee Spencer, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio and CatchFence.com. That being said, though, you had a top 5 at Richmond last year. You finished 8th at Daytona. Your next 4 races, you've got a lot of opportunity to really capitalize.
Yeah. But 5th and 8th are all fine. But when the guys you're racing are finishing 4th and 7th, you're not making a dent in anything. So truly, the way this format is, you have to win. And if it wasn't for the mistakes at Chicago, throw out Sonoma, there was a couple just bad races where some were our doing, some weren't. That put us in this hole, and the next thing you know, I went from 5 points behind Tyler to 165 points behind Tyler within a matter of a month. And so that tells you to wake up in the mirror and figure it out. And so, I think for what's next, Watkins Glen? Yep, don't care. Richmond's next. Yeah, really excited for Richmond. Looking forward to that because we've had speed there. We feel like we figured something out there the last couple races, and so it's been fun to show up there. And then, yes, Daytona. You never know what can happen, but it takes a win to make us feel comfortable, and that's what we want to do. We had a goal set at the beginning of the year, is for us to get a win and lock ourselves in the playoffs, and we have done that. I don't want to say we're betting on house money now because I'm not settled, and I'm not fine with one win. I think we are a multiple win team, and it takes a lot of work, and it starts right now.
And you mentioned the last month,
Yeah.
leading into the big win,
Yeah.
and that truly stopped the bleeding in a huge way.
For sure.
But in addition to Amanda being your support, and you've mentioned, her so many times, how did you personally deal with you? How did you help yourself get over the hump? Because, you got a great support system,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, you got to help yourself.
Yeah, no, I've been living off the words that I've told you that Henrik told me. It's not that serious. It's never been that serious. As much as winning is important and I feel like is in our DNA, you have a bad race, suck it up, take the ass beating that follows that on Monday and Tuesday meetings, and then show up ready to work for the rest of the week and put it all behind you. If it happens again, do it again. And it seems like it becomes repetitive, but I look at Chase Elliott when he won at Texas last year. He just kept grinding, and then you never know when it's your moment. I came off of turn 2, and the 22 had a flat tire in front of us, and next thing you know, we're the leader. So it's like, all right, 20 to go, we're the leader. Like, how are you going to make this last? You got the 5 car coming, right? So you don't forget how to react to those situations, even if you haven't been in them as many times. You still have to have that passion. You have to have that drive, and dwelling on last weekend isn't going to help that case, So it's just nice to get back in the race car and try again.
We'll go to Cameron in our back and then work our way up front with Jerry.
Cameron Richardson, NASCAR.com. Bubba, how has your friendship with Blaney evolved over the years? Because you guys have been going through this Cup journey together.
Yeah.
And now you've been able to celebrate career milestones together, and now personal milestones, as Blaney's going to be a dad soon. Just how much has that meant to you, given that, as adults, we can kind of undervalue what friendship means?
Yeah, for sure. In such a masculine and competitive sport, like you said, friendships kind of get lost, but that's the cool thing about motorsports and us in general. I look at there's still, 6 or 7 of us that grew up racing together since we were kids, and you kind of feel that bond from the get-go because of those moments. And Blaney and I, we live 10 minutes apart from each other. We see each other all the time, and he's there for me, and I'm there for him, and through the good, through the bad, you always try to be like that shoulder to lean on, and I truly appreciate him and what he's been able to do for me in my career. It's meant a lot, and it's just cool to have that relationship, man. You have your family here at the racetrack, and when you have people you can lean on, it makes the bad weekends, like I talked about, a little bit easier. You watch him and all the success that he has here, and what he's been able to do in his career has been super cool. And I can easily get jealous and not want to be a part of it, but no, it's cool as hell to see us all where we came from. And the thing that also kept me going is I do look back on the days when we were kids, and I used to kick his ass. And so it's like, you did it then, why can't you do it now? And I kind of kept that as fuel too. So we are super competitive. We have a lifetime bet on any competition related, not NASCAR, not betting on NASCAR, okay? Not betting, but any competition that we have, it's $100. So we've been having that for about the last 5 years now. So there's a little bit of motivation there to always want to beat him. Not in racing, okay? Chill.
Jerry.
Jerry Jordan, kicking the tires.net. So it's been 6 days since your last win.
Hi.
No, but apparently every one of those 6 days you won the party. So can you just take us through what I'm not in here for the early part, but man, it looked like this has been the time of your life over the past week. So.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad, honestly. I did not go hard Sunday. I was fine. I woke up. Bex woke us up at 7:15 a.m., which was good because usually it was like 5:30, 5:15 he was waking up. So, for him to be able to sleep till 7, give us a little bit of time to sleep in from a 3 a.m. when I went to sleep. It's been kind of business as usual, honestly. It's nice going into the shop and getting all the hugs and pats on the back. This win has been really special for the team, and it's been really fun being able to provide that opportunity and see them celebrate it. So I've been kind of living third person and just enjoying that. So it's been a really good week for sure. But I said earlier, it's Saturday again. We're back here at Iowa, back to work.
I talked to several drivers throughout the week. One of them, Kurt, and some others.
Yeah.
Every one of them said you earned that win.
Yeah.
And it was obvious on TV, and that's kind of some of the stuff I've seen on social media. Does that give you that extra, that extra push, that extra, that it wasn't a rain delay or it wasn't anything else?
Yeah. I don't care. I got the win. But I did not want to end it under the rain delay just because of, all the social sides of things, right? I'm like, man, I want to go out and fight for this. I want to go out and give it my all, run out of gas or whatever it is, and go through all those emotions. I don't want to win it this way. And so I told myself that sitting there on pit road, just stay ready because we will go back racing. And, it doesn't matter what Bubba Wallace does in the world. The goalposts will keep moving, and that's okay. I don't mind the extra work, but they have no idea how much I'm winning in life, and I don't have the time of the day to try to explain it to them, so it's fine.
We'll go to Wyatt, Bob, and wrap up with Steve in the back.
Wyatt Watson, frontstretch.com. First of all, Bubba, congratulations on
Thank you,
winning the
bud.
Brickyard 400.
Appreciate it.
Have you gotten to talk to Michael Jordan since that win, and what did he tell you?
Yeah, he was just proud. I talked to him there in Victory Lane, and then we texted throughout the week a little bit. He's he's enjoying it just as much as we are. You know, he's put a lot into this, and it's been cool to see the hard work pay off. And I said it, I think I said it last weekend, like him and Denny see something in me that I don't necessarily see, and they push me to continue to just fight and work my ass off, and it's days like that you can celebrate. And so yeah, it's been cool.
And who else has reached out to you outside of 2311 in the NASCAR world? Who else has reached out to congratulate you?
Yeah, the IndyCar guys have. That was cool. Simon, Will Power, Scott Dixon. That was really cool to get texts from them. They were pumped for me. So you know, having those texts and having that relationship with those guys is pretty special to me. So thanks to Scotty for giving them my number. Appreciate that. That's cool.
We'll go to Bob up front here.
Bob
Welcome back, Bob.
Yeah. New to be here.
Shows Laguna Seca over Indy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know, gotta pay the mortgage.
Amen.
So if this is asked, I apologize, but for your first time in your career, you come to a race without having to win to make the playoffs. We always ask, like, what's the pressure like? What's the pressure like? Do you know?
And I always say there's no pressure, and I lie every time.
That's my question. Like, how much free or how much relief or just how different is it today than any other weekend you've been in?
I don't give a damn, Bob. It's nice to have that mentality, legit, straight up. Go out here and twist my ankle, can't race for the next 4 weeks. Don't care. Don't care. I feel good, man. It's a spot that I've never been in, so I can't truly elaborate on it. But yeah, you go out and you push yourself in different areas on the racetrack and try different things, and excited for our chances to see what we can do and call the races differently, call some wild strategy to put us in a position to win again. So I do believe that we are a multiple win team, and we have to work really hard. It's not, you know, that first, when you get your first one, the rest come easy. That's bullshit. I went 3 years without getting one. So you just have to continue to push, and our biggest thing is exposing weaknesses for when the time the playoffs start, so we have all of our I's dotted and T's crossed.
Wrap up in the back with Steve.
Steve Post, Motor Racing Network, and the voice of the Summer Shootout, of course. Congratulations on the win.
Thank
Bubba,
you.
I want to talk a little bit about your crew chief, Charles. Just what that dynamic has been like, what getting a win with him was like, just how this has evolved into the year, and getting his first Cup win last week, and just what he's meant to the team.
Yeah, no, it's really, really special. You know, to have a guy like Charles come in after a very successful Cup career or a truck career, and jump into this role and kind of figure out his way. I remember saying after, you know, before the season started, like, hey, you know, it's on myself, it's on my engineer JR, it's on my engineer Andrew to kind of take him under our wing and, you know, let him figure it out. And hopefully by week 5, he's like, okay, I can, you know, fly freely. But it's a lot of work in this schedule. And every weekend just about we'll be watching a truck race or truck highlights or whatever. And I'm like, you missed that? And he's like, nope, I'm good right where I'm at. And so he's loving the process and what it takes. And I feel like he's really, really smart, and he loves all the work that's on his plate, right? It's a lot of work jumping up to the Cup level. Doesn't matter if you come from trucks, doesn't matter if you come from Xfinity or another form of motorsports. Getting to the Cup level takes so much attention to detail, and Charles, that's him, right? He is very analytic with everything. He processes things, and it's taught me to look at things differently as well. And so for all of the work, for everybody on our team, to see that pay off and come together was really, really cool. And I enjoyed it. I said that in our Tuesday win toast, that there's nothing like getting your first win. And I don't know, there was what, Sid, maybe 20 people first in the shop? 23, yeah, 23 people. Oh, I thought you said 23. 23 sounds better. Like, that's cool. I remember Talladega like it was yesterday. I remember going through that and experiencing it. And so, you know, when you play a role in something that is damn near impossible to grab, and you finally get it. There's no greater feeling than that. So it's cool to have him atop the box, and let's see how he reacts this weekend.
Awesome. Thank you, Bubba.
Cool.
Best of luck
Thanks,
this
guys.
weekend.
Oh, Toyota. They're recording. Oh, it timed out.